has the Gavin Newsom rules of for Thanksgiving. We have a child with power as governor of California. God, is he empty? But he's, what is it? Better safe than sorry crowd. That's his motto. Health uber alles. I talked about this a decade before this lockdown. The California Department of Health latest guidelines for private gatherings. This is restrictions for Thanksgiving. Here, ready? Now, what does it say mandatory? What does mandatory mean? I don't understand that. He just says something and it's a law? What if he says you may not chew gum? Stop chewing gum, Sean. It's mandatory. I just want you to know I will be violating every single mandate of the governor. I am announcing this publicly. He is free to arrest me and my family. It's the least I could do. Guys died on Normandy Beach for liberty, so the least I could do was have Thanksgiving dinner. Right? It's not exactly storming Nazi troops on Omaha. Correct? Omaha Beach. If you listen to the governor and suffer this Thanksgiving, then you have decided to suffer. All gatherings must be held outside. What are apartment dwellers supposed to do? This is great for the middle class and upper middle class. What are people who live in apartments supposed to do? That means they can't have Thanksgiving, correct? How do you have Thanksgiving outside if you're in an apartment? No, I'm asking you a question. Do you have an answer? Okay.
About if you live in North Dakota.
Well, no, this is not applicable to North Dakota. This is North Dakota is blessed, I assume, with rational mandates. What if you live in a cold climate in California? Exactly. In Bishop, it was 30 degrees on Thanksgiving last year or a couple of years ago. Gatherings that include more than 3 households are prohibited. So let's see, at my Thanksgiving in my house, how many households do I have? Let's see. So my mother-in-law is one household. I'm one household. My wife's sister and husband and children, it's 3 households. And a number of friends of my stepson. So I have about 6 households. I have the representatives of 6 households, and we will be eating inside. As much as possible, any food or beverages at outdoor gatherings must be in single-serve disposable containers. I thought disposable was a bad thing. Get it? Right? Disposable is now perfecto. Remember, I even spoke against it. California passed a law that you could not, you should bring in a reusable bag, right? Don't get plastic bags. We don't want turtles to choke on plastic. So people started bringing them in, but it was pointed out, and I did on the show immediately, that's not healthy. These bags are just reused and reused and reused. You think everybody washes the bag when they get home? Of course not. Now, all of a sudden, disposable, which has always been the case, disposable has been healthier. If providing single-serve containers is not possible, food and beverages must be served by a person who washes or sanitizes their hands frequently and wears a face covering. Now, that is one wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. Here's some more. Attendees may go inside to use restrooms as long as the restrooms are frequently sanitized. Why are you laughing, Mr. Producer? You rarely laugh.
You go to the bathroom, then your host
No, in fact, the host sanitizes while you are there to maximize the health benefit. Gatherings should be 2 hours or less. 2 hours for Thanksgiving dinner. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? That's right. The host should collect names of all attendees and contact information in case contact tracing is needed later. Eat outside, as the writer of the Daily Signal points out, whether you live in Palm Springs, where the high on Thanksgiving was 92 degrees 3 years ago, or Bishop, where the Thanksgiving high was 30 degrees last year. You must eat outside. Poor Californians, particularly minorities, suffer the most, living as many do in dense apartment complexes near homeless havens or in localized pollution zone. But rich Californians who spread banquets on their manicured lawns behind high fences suffer right along with them. No more than 3 households. If you and 2 siblings visit your folks for Thanksgiving, it's illegal. If you invite over your parents, in-laws, and an international student, it's illegal. If you celebrate Friendsgiving with 3 other singles, it's illegal. If your entire extended family self-quarantines before visiting elderly grandparents to safely soothe their loneliness, it's illegal. If you invite someone who's depressed and lonely, but have already invited 2 other families, it is illegal. And the list continues. I will violate all of his rules. I have announced it on the radio. And if you keep to his rules, in most cases, it's depressing for those of us who love America, liberty, and Thanksgiving.